The Vatican has officially responded to the actions of the Society of St. Pius X, known as SSPX. They confirmed the excommunications of all bishops involved in the illicit consecrations performed yesterday in a liturgy that took place in Switzerland without a papal mandate and is considered a schismatic act. The Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith issued the decree today. It was signed by the Dicastery's prefect, Cardinal Victor Fernandez. It says, in part, clerics and lay faithful are admonished not to adhere to the schism of the priestly fraternity of St. Pius X because they would ipso facto incur the penalty of excommunication. Along with the decree, the Dicastery issued an explanatory note regarding the priests and lay faithful in the society. Here are the main points. 1. SSPX priests and bishops are now in schism and as such are subject to the excommunication prescribed by canon law. 2. Regarding the lay faithful, those who formally adhere to SSPX are to be considered schismatics and excommunicated. And 3. Catholics are warned that SSPX ministers administer the sacraments illicitly, and the sacraments of penance and marriages are invalid. Finally, the Vatican also sent a communication to bishops around the world outlining the process to be followed to welcome back those who decide to leave the SSPX and make a return to communion with the Church. EWTN News senior Vatican analyst Francis Rocca has been following this story and joins me now. Frank, great to see you. In addition to the bishops being excommunicated, the Vatican also warned Catholic clergy and lay faithful not to adhere to the SSPX schism under penalty of automatic excommunication. What is meant by the word adhere?
Yeah, it's a good question. A lot hangs on that term formal adherence. I think that probably the best way to interpret it is that it's a public act. So I think that would qualify certainly as formal adherence.
The decree also stated that sacraments administered by SSPX clergy are illicit and that the sacraments of penance and marriage are invalid. Why are those sacraments explicitly named?
Yeah, it's interesting because, for example, for complex theological reasons that I'm not qualified to delve into in detail, for example, the priests of the SSPX they're validly ordained priests. So when they confect the Eucharist, when they celebrate Mass, that really is valid. It's illicit. You shouldn't be receiving the sacrament from them, but it is truly in Catholic teaching, the body and blood of Christ. But confession, absolution, and marriage, witnessing a marriage for a minister depend on jurisdiction. So, for example, if a priest, of the Diocese of Rome were to go to Chicago without permission from the bishop in Chicago and start hearing confessions and absolving people, those absolutions wouldn't be valid either. And so they're saying if Pope Francis allowed SSPX priests to hear confessions of Catholics and to marry them as a special gestures that he was reaching out. So that's been revoked now, and they're saying don't do it, and it's not even valid.
This isn't the first time that SSPX has faced excommunication over this issue. What would have to be done to repair the rupture?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, yesterday, Cardinal Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State, was at a gathering, and we asked him about that. And he said, well, we hope that the dialogue begins again, as it did in 1988. And what happened was that, after that, the Vatican it was Cardinal Ratzinger, the future Pope Benedict, who played a major role in the dialogue with the SSPX. Eventually, when he was Pope Benedict lifted the excommunications of the surviving bishops at that time. And so, those two of those bishops now have been excommunicated again. The question is whether the Vatican this time will want a little bit more, because they might require them to repent formally rather than doing it as a goodwill gesture, hoping it will bring them back, since that didn't work the last time.
When it comes to the Catholic faithful who attend the SSPX liturgies, what should they know about the schism, and what does it mean for them?
Well, I mean, it's pretty clear from the note that the Vatican issued with the declaration doesn't actually say, the decree doesn't actually say this, but it's pretty clear that they're saying don't go to these services, don't go to these liturgies.
Francis Rocca joining us from Rome with the latest on this issue. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Veronica.